Okay. Hi, everyone. Afternoon. My name is Florence from Sunway University. Now, before we begin this sessions, I would just like to find out a little bit more. Is it currently everyone is like high school leavers or more to looking forward for the pre-university program later on to bachelor's, correct?
Most of them, yeah. Most of them, yes.
Sorry, can everyone hear me?
Yeah. Because this is a webinar session, so usually they can hear us, but if they wanted to chat, right, usually I need to give them permission.
Oh,
But
okay. All
yeah,
right.
you can feel free to like you can put in on the chat, or you can put in even on the Q&A, just mention like yes below, yes below, just to mention like what type of students you usually get around your area.
Uh, okay, never mind. I'll just start with the presentation. Then I'll leave it to the Q&A session.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. All right, so just kindly let me know if you can see the slides here. Um, can everyone? Okay, so can you see the slides?
Yeah, we can see the slide. We can see the slide.
Mm, okay, sure. All right, then I will just begin. Um, once again, hi everyone. I'll be presenting about Sunway University. So basically, what program that we offer, what is the entry requirements, and then the study pathway towards Sunway College and Sunway University. Now, I understand that most of our participants is mainly international students. So I'll just do a brief introductions about Sunway University. Now, if you can see my slides here, so basically we are under Sunway Group. So under the Sunway Group, Sunway Education is one of the entity or business units, okay, under the Sunway Group. So you can see that we have properties, mall, leisure, hospitality, trading, digitals, and so on. If you can see that Sunway Education's logo is in blue, whereas the others logo will be in red color. It's mainly because that Sunway Education over here, we are a non-profit organizations, meaning that most of our profit, okay, it will in turn contribute, not to say contribute, will be all be put into the Jeffrey Cha Fund in terms of upgrading our facilities and then give our scholarships to students. Okay, whereas the logo in red color is mainly the company that are making profits. So these are the differences here between Sunway Education and other business unit under the Sunway Group. Okay, now moving forward, under Sunway Educations, so we are not only just providing like bachelor's program. Okay, we start from the very young, nurturing the kids from the very young. So we do have three different educations here. First, it will be Sunway International School that offers like kindergartens, primary and middle school and high school program. So under the Sunway International School, we do have two different curriculum. So one is the Canada curriculum and the other one will be the Cambridge UK curriculum. So after students complete up to high school, they will come over to Sunway College. So college, this is where you will be studying foundations or pre-university program. So the study duration is either ranging from 1 year or up to 1.5 years, depending on the program that you choose. Now, after you complete the pre-university or foundation program, this is where you will be moved on to undergraduate program, which is the bachelor's program. Now, this will be under the university. So if you can see my mouse here, undergraduate, master's or PhD, it will be under Sunway University. So we start nurturing the kids from the very young all the way to working adults. Okay, now next, here are some of the recognitions that Sunway currently holds. So we are proud to say that we are currently QS ranking at 410. So we are the only private university that hold three ranking, which is the QS ranking, the Times ranking, and the Shanghai ranking. Okay, now next, okay, so for most international students, when you decided to enroll to Sunway University, so when you fly, for example, from your country all the way to Malaysia, you'll be landing in either KLIA, which is Kuala Lumpur International Airport 1 or Airport 2. Now, the distance from the airport to Sunway City, it's approximately 45 minutes. Now, this is, okay, you can see here, this is the whole overview of Sunway City. Now, if you want to travel from Sunway City to Kuala Lumpur City Centre, it's approximately 30 minutes, okay? Now, here is another, this is consider the back view, okay, of the whole Sunway City. Now, this is Sunway University located here, okay? Then this is the shopping mall, and we have our very own medical hospital. So in the middle here, we have our very own water theme park as well. So let's say if student wanted to de-stress and wanted to chill out, they can actually come to the water theme park and then just pay the entrance ticket fee to enjoy the facilities there. Now, coming over here, this is the animated version. Now, this is more detailed version, okay, to clearer pictures for you to understand that, okay, the whole city is connected. Now, if you can see this pink color dotted line, so basically this is the cover bridge walk, or we call the canopy walk. So if you can see over here on the bottom right here, okay, this is how the canopy walk looks like. So if you can see the pink color dotted line here, it actually covers, the canopy walk covers throughout the whole city. So meaning that student can actually easily get from point A to point B, okay, safely, okay, whether it's sunny or rainy, they can use the canopy walk. Now, just want to share with you here. So this is the university. Sunway University is located here. Now, this is Sunway College. Now, most of you will be wondering, okay, where is the student accommodations? Now, student accommodation is here. This is Sunny apartment. This is the nearest to Sunway College. So basically walking distance, 3 minutes, you will reach the college area. But if students choose to stay here at Sunny apartment, so this is more for a budgeted, financial budgeted students, because all the rooms does not come with air conditioning. Now, most of international students will be choosing to stay here, Sunny residence or the waterfront residence, which is just behind Monash University. Now, if you are staying here at Sunny residence, so basically it's only twin sharing available. Walking distance towards the university, which is here, is approximately 5 minutes through the canopy walk. You can see these pink color dotted lines, okay? Now, if students choose to stay in waterfront residence, so basically, we have different room type at waterfront residence. So ranging from like twin sharing, depending on the room type that student choose, of course, the rental rate is also different. Now, if students choose to stay here at waterfront residence, the walking distance towards the university is approximately 15 minutes, okay? Now, regardless students staying here, waterfront residence or Sunny residence, be surrounded by the residents, they actually have convenience store or mini supermarket for students to purchase the necessary grocery or necessity. Now, from the university itself here, all the way, you can see the canopy walk, the dotted line. It also links to the shopping mall here, which is the pyramid, Sunway Pyramid. So basically it's another additional of 6-minute walk. So basically you reach the shopping mall. Now, if let's say you're not a walking person like me, which I don't like walking, student has another options. They can choose to use the Sunway shuttle bus. This is the free shuttle bus that only travels within Sunway City, which is here. You can see this orange line. So basically this is when the free shuttle bus will be stopping. Now the nearest two stops that the shuttle bus will stop close to the university is one of the stop here, it will be here, Sunny residence here, and the other stop will be at Monash University. So another walking distance, 5 minutes to the university. Okay. All right, so next. Okay, so throughout the campus, right, it's actually 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days a week, guided by our own security. Okay, now throughout the whole city, we have our very own auxiliary police that take care of the safety of the city as well. Unless if let's say student they do something silly, of course it will be recorded. Okay, through the CCTV as well. Now, I do understand that safety is the main concern for students and parents. I cannot guarantee 100%, safety of the students unless they go to, area they weren't supposed to go, then I cannot guarantee. But within Sunway City, within the students, residence and campus area, don't have to worry about the safety because we are guided by our very own police team. Okay, now here, this is the breakdown, okay, the details of the accommodations for students. So as I was mentioning in the earlier slide, so this is the waterfront residence, this is the Sunny residence, and this is the Sunny apartment. You can understand it as 5-star, 4-star, and 3-star. So basically, these are the room type, and then these are the facility given. So basically, at the student residence, the laundry usually is at the common area, is a coin-based laundry. Okay, so basically approximately 20 ringgit, 20 Malaysia ringgit, you can actually do like washing and drying already, okay, at the common area. So every room, every unit, I would say that every unit, okay, depending on the room type, certain room type that students choose, they don't come with a own bathroom, okay. So most of the unit is actually shared bathroom, unless students choose to stay in a studio room where you have your own kitchen, own toilet, and then your own room. Basically, you have everything to yourself, or they choose the single room with attached bathroom. So normally for the registrations of student residents is all registered online. So it come from a first come first serve basis. Okay, so let's say if you have any question, please type in the chat box later. So during the Q&A session, I can answer the questions one by one. Now, next slide. Okay, so here are some of the pictures that I can share with you. So this is the twin sharing room. So this is how it looks like. So basically, we provide the bed, tables, chair, and cupboard for students. What we do not provide is the pillowcases, bedsheet cover or quilt cover, because due to hygiene reason, so students can actually purchase this when they reach Malaysia, okay, at the Sunway Pyramid Shopping Mall. Now, so this is how the single room looks like, and this is how the studio looks like, and this is the single ensuite looks like. Okay. Now, next, okay, so next I will be sharing with you the Sunway College, the program that Sunway College offer. So you can share with me later on if you are coming in either with Myanmar matriculations or IGCSE or with GED. So basically, I will just use IGCSE as a standard, which is O-level, as an entry requirement for our pre-university program. Now, we do have 5 types of pre-university or foundation program. So first, if you want to come in for our pre-university program, of course, the entry requirements coming from O-level or IGCSE, it will have to be 5 credits. Any subject with 5 credits, but one of the subjects has to be credit in English, regardless you're taking first language English or English as a second language. It has to be credit and above. Credit means C, scoring C and above. Okay, now we do have Australia matriculations. We do have Cambridge GCE advanced level. We also have the Canadian International Matriculation Program. Now, these 3 programs here, okay, is international pre-university program, meaning that when students complete this, either this pre-university, either one of this pre-university program, they can continue on to Sunway University bachelor's program, or they can use this result to apply to other university elsewhere, because it's internationally recognized, so long the mark that the student getting, okay, meets the university entry requirement that they want to go to. So these are the differences here. Now, if you can see Monash University Foundation Year or Sunway Foundation Year, if you see the university name in front and then at the back Ensuite Foundation, meaning that is their own university foundation program. Upon completing the foundation program, students will progress to either Monash University if they take in the foundation year of Monash University, or Sunway Foundation program. Okay, so these are the 2 differences. Okay. Now, coming on to the next slide, so I will just be sharing the details of Australia matriculations. So basically, Australia matriculation is more, if students taking this program, is mainly for students that want to further study later on in the Australia, in Australia University. Now, the study duration for Australia matriculation is approximately 1 year. Okay, now the assessment ranging from 50% internal assessment, 50% is the external assessment, which is the WACE exam, which is the external exam. Okay. Now we do have 3 intake, which is January, April, and June. All right. So every program here in Sunway College or Sunway University, generally we have 3 intake. Okay. But different program has different intake. Now, coming over to Cambridge GCE advanced level. So basically, this is another program. Mainly students taking this, they want to further study in the UK later on. Okay. Now, so the minimum subject for A level, it will be 3, maximum will be 4. So study duration, of course, is 18 months. Now, for this program, is 100% examination based, meaning that student will have 2 external exams broken down into one, which is the AS, which is we call it the grade 12, year 12 exam, and A2 is the year 13 exam. So the first one, it will be 50% exam marks plus year 13, 15% examination mark. So AS plus A2 marks, it will then, after you completing 2 external exams, that is the final mark you will be getting for your A level. Now, with that mark, it determines whether are you eligible to enroll to the university bachelor's program. Okay. Now, of course, we have 3 intake, which is January, March, and July. Now, coming on to Canadian International Matriculation Program. Now, this program here, the study duration, depending on the intake, okay, starting this year and next year onwards, if student joining the January and July intake, the study duration is 1 year. Whereas if student joining the September intake, the study duration is slightly longer, close to 15 months, which is 1.5 years. Okay, 15 to 18 months. All right. Now the assessment is 70% is coursework, 30% is examination. So coursework here, it be like, you can understand it as like the assignment that is assigned by the teachers. You have to do your own research, presentations, or maybe like a group project. That is how you get your coursework mark. Now 30% exam is just the theoretical part examinations. Okay. So far, if let's say you have any question, please put it in the chat box. Now, coming over to Monash University Foundation year, again, after completing this program, student mainly chooses to continue on with Monash University for their bachelor's program. So study duration is 1 year. Okay, so the assessment is more or less like Canadian International Matriculation Program, whereas 70% coursework and 30% examination. The intake is January, July, and August. Okay, now coming over to Sunway Foundation. So Sunway Foundation, we have 2 types. Foundation in Arts and Foundation in Science and Technology. Now, Foundation in Arts here is mainly for students that want to pursue hospitality program, business program, arts program, or the IT related program. Whereas for Foundations in Science and Technology, it's more towards for students that want to join the medical life sciences or the medicines program or engineering program. Now, in order to come in for Foundation in Science and Technology, student coming in with O level, you need to have 2 natural science subject and 1 mathematics subject, and that has to be scoring credit and above. Okay. Now for Sunway Foundations, study duration again is 1 year. The assessment is 50% coursework and 50% examination. Okay. Now, so the intake, it will be January, April, and August. Okay. Now, moving on, so I will be sharing with you the Sunway University program. So basically, I will share with you first the study pathway, and then later on with our international partners as well. Now, there are two study pathways. So over here, the first one is you come in with O level, complete any pre-university or foundation program. Then after that, you go to bachelor's degree program, either 3 years or 4 years. Most of our bachelor's program here is 3 years, except for engineering program, which is 4 years. Now, after you complete your bachelor's program, you can continue on to postgraduate program. Now, the second study pathway is O level, then you go into diploma, then after that to degree, then postgraduate. Now, the difference between pre-university and diploma is that if students initially, before they join pre-university program, they wanted to study business, okay? So they take foundations, okay? Then after they complete foundation, if let's say they change their mind, they wanted to go to hospitality now, they will still be able to change the program to hospitality. Whereas for diploma, the pathway is very fixed. So after O-level, you're coming straight to diploma, let's say diploma in business, then your bachelor's will have to be in business related program. You cannot be completing diploma in business and suddenly you want to change into hospitality, then you will have to start again for your diploma in hospitality. So these are the two differences here. Okay. Now, our international partners here will be partners from the UK, which is the Lancaster University, Le Cordon Bleu, which is mainly for the hospitality program. Then we also have Victoria University, which is mainly on business program. And we also have Arizona State University. So these are our four main international partners. Now, coming over here, so most of our bachelor program is validated by Lancaster. So meaning that if students complete full 3 years, okay, of bachelor study here at Sunway University, they will be getting dual cert. So you can see that. So this is the Sunway University cert and this is the Lancaster cert. So meaning that you just pay one amount of price, but you get two certs. Okay. Now over here, if you join our program here, so you do have a transfer options available, which is the 1+2. So you can see from these slides here, these are the program that is transferable using the 1+2 program. So meaning that you can complete first year study here at Sunway University, remaining 2 years, you can transfer out to Lancaster University. Okay. Now, if you're a student that from Sunway University transfer out to Lancaster University, you do get a discount, a special discount of 20% off on your tuition fee. Now, when you transfer out to Lancaster University, you'll no longer be paying Malaysia ringgit. You'll be paying in pounds. Okay. Now, when you graduate, you'll be only getting the Lancaster cert, no longer Sunway University cert, because you already transferred out. Now, another option for students is if let's say they do not want to transfer to Lancaster University, they can, another option for students is they can join the 3-week summer school program. So basically you just pay an amount of approximately 20 to 25,000. You'll be flying to the UK. Okay. You get to experience, in Lancaster University, basically it's like flight ticket, UK is covered, meal and accommodation is all covered. So you'll be staying at the Lancaster University. So you'll be attending short courses. There's a short program of short courses there for 3 weeks. Then after 3 weeks, you will be coming back to Malaysia and continue on your main program. Okay. Now, next here, you can see these are the bachelor's program that is offered at Sunway University. So we do have the American educations. We do have arts, business, engineering, and computing. We also have the hospitality, tourism management, mathematical science, and medical and life sciences. Okay, now coming over to the hospitality program. Again, hospitality program, when students complete study with us, they also will be receiving a dual certificate. So which is one from the Sunway University and one from Le Cordon Bleu. Okay, now under the hospitality program, we do have the culinary art and then the hospitality management. We also do have event management program, but kindly note that event management program, you do not receive Le Cordon Bleu cert, you only receive Sunway University cert, because Le Cordon Bleu is mainly for most towards culinary side, the cooking side. Okay, so just kindly take note here. Okay, the next one will be Victoria University. So basically, this is only business program available. So we do have two types of business here. One is with the Lancaster University, and this another one will be with Victoria University. So student can have the option. If let's say student would like to, transfer to Australia later on, but they also interested in business only, then they can also consider our Victoria University. So the transfer option is much more flexible compared to the Lancaster's business program. So over here, when students graduate, they will be getting only Victoria University cert. They will not be getting any Sunway University cert. Okay. Now the transfer options is also flexible, is that students, okay, after completing first year, they can transfer to any university, which is you can see here listed here in Australia or in New Zealand, so long they meet the entry requirement. But the transfer is only mainly in business program. Okay, so students can actually do full 3 years here, or they can do 1+2, or 2+1. So the options, the transfer option is slightly flexible. Okay. Now next, we also do offer American degree transfer program. So this I would say that it's a one-way ticket to US. So mainly if students interested to further study later on in the US, they can actually go for American degree transfer program, which is a 2+2 program. So the first 2 years they have to complete. Okay, they come in with O-level, they complete first 2 years of study here, accumulate enough credit hour before they transfer out to any university in US. Okay, for example, if they want to go to New York University, so if let's say New York University requires students to have at least credit hours of maybe 62 or 65 credit hours. So upon enrolling to this ADTP program, students already have to state what they want to become. They want to study more in a science stream side or art stream side. And then they have to tell the faculty that they are aiming for university. So the faculty will guide the students to accumulate enough credit hour before they transfer out. So this is the American degree transfer program. Okay. Now, we also do have another degree program with Arizona State University. Now, you can see on the left side here, these are the options available. And on the right side, this is the program that is offered currently at Sunway University. So we do have computer science, we do have digital communications and psychology. So let's say if students, for example, interested in computer science, and then they wish to transfer, either they can do full study here at Sunway University or transfer to ASU to complete off their study later on. Now, you can see on the left side here, option 1, student can choose to study full 4 years here, okay, just pay Malaysia ringgit, but when they graduate, they'll be only getting Sunway University cert. Option 2 is student can study 3 years here at Sunway University. 4th year, you will still be at Sunway University, but you will be attending classes online. So you will be taught by the ASU lecturers online. Okay. Now, another option you can go for is 3+1, which is you study 3 years here and the final year you transfer out to Arizona State University. Or you can do the 2+ years here in Malaysia and 2 years later on in Arizona State University. So these are the options, transfer options available for students. Okay, now over here, just to share with you some of the how our lecturers hall and auditorium looks like. Okay, so mainly lecturers will be teaching in front, students will be sitting at the back here, which is like an uphill design. Okay, now if let's say you are in a bigger class group, then auditorium will be used. Okay, now this is our library. So basically we have our very own printing room for students to print. Of course, there will be charges towards it, either black and white printing or color printing. It will be charged directly to students' ID card. So here are some of the study areas. So basically this area is mainly for students to sit down because every table comes with a plug so they can do discussion freely. Now throughout the whole campus in Sunway University or Sunway College, it's free Wi-Fi connection for students. Now here are some of the food and beverage. We have our very own Starbucks cafe. So this is the university side cafeteria and this is the college side. So students can actually enjoy both sides. So all the food here within the Sunway University and college campus is halal. We don't serve pork. Again, here are some of the sport facility. So we have our very own FIFA certified football field, basketball court, and also tennis court. We also have our very own gym room, okay, and swimming pool as well. So students can actually register out for the gym membership and then to enjoy the gym facilities. Okay, so this is the presentation from my side. So I'm open up to the Q&A session. So if you have any Q&A that you would like to ask, then we can actually go through one by one. Okay, so just let me see if there's any questions in the... Okay, there is one questions here. So, okay, it's from which age student can join the Australia matriculation, and do Sunway take care for Australia visa if student wants to go to Australia after the matriculations? Okay, so basically for Australia matriculation, you have to be more than 16 years old and above. Okay, now after completing the Australia matriculation, if let's say you want to apply for Australia University, so we do have another department called IOUP, which is the International Office University Placement. So they will be assisting you to help you tell you that the entry requirements for the Australian university that you want to go to. Okay. And then in terms of visa, they will also advise you. Okay. Advise you what other documents are needed, and then which for example, which website that you need to go to, and then to apply the student visa accordingly before you transfer to Australia University. Okay. Now, second question is, are there any scholarship for pre-university programs? Okay. Now, this one depending on the depending on the high school qualifications. So, for instance, I will still use IGCSE as an example. If student coming in with IGCSE, we do offer scholarship if minimum student can score 3A or 3A star. Okay. Now for pre-university program, it's a one-time off. Okay, for scholarship. Now let's say after student completing pre-university program and they want to continue on to Sunway University bachelor's program, if they do very well in either pre-university program or foundation program, then yes, they will be entitled for another scholarship, which is we call it the Sunway A scholarship, mainly for students that continue on to our bachelor program. Okay, hope I answered that question. Now let's go to the next one. Do
Florence,
you
I'm just
oh
wondering, right, Florence, just curious. I just wanted also
mm-mm,
as a refresher, because let's say example students that came from Myanmar matriculation or even students with the
mm-hmm.
GED, can they still also be eligible for any scholarship, by the way? Because I did saw the
Okay.
website, but I couldn't find the score requirement.
Okay, if student coming in with GED, unfortunately there is no scholarship available unless they complete the pre-university program and continue on to Sunway bachelor's, then yes. But coming in with GED, no. But if student coming in with Myanmar matriculations, they do have for Myanmar matriculation student coming in for pre-university, yes, they do have scholarship available, but the requirement is that any 5 subject from Myanmar matriculation, they have to have a scoring of 75% and above. Anything below, they don't have scholarship.
I
Okay,
see.
hope I answered that. Yes.
How about sorry, because actually we
Mm,
have quite a number of different
mm-mm.
participants today from more countries than ever now. So there may be some ages that they have also experienced, maybe perhaps Matayum 6, which is Thailand, which is a
Oh,
Thailand year 12, and also from
mm,
Laos High School, which is a year 12 qualification from Laos.
mm-mm.
May,
Okay,
yeah.
for Thailand and Laos, it's on a case-to-case basis because this one I will need to cross-check with our scholarship department. At the moment, I will say that at the moment, I will say no, but unless I need to cross-check first, then only I be able to give the firm answer.
Mm,
Mm,
I think noted, because I think usually for some of the international qualification that's not on the list, they some way are still open for an assessment. We won't say no immediately, but we'll
yes.
definitely take a look into the qualification, because I can recall for cases before that Mattayum 6, right? They may have to do a pre-U or foundation program
Okay.
because of the
Correct, correct.
Lancaster, because they're also following the Lancaster entry requirement.
Correct.
Okay, sure. All right. Thanks,
Mm,
Lawrence. Thank you.
no worries, no worries. Okay. Sorry, I just need to check. Okay, for Mayman, I think if that's how I pronounce your name. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. So, okay, you were asking, do you have the list of tuition fee? May I know for which program? Because at the moment, if let's say for pre-university, yes, we do have the latest 2026 program fee. You just need to share with me which program that you want, then I can share accordingly.
Mhm.
So I will be going on to the next questions from May. Okay, so May is asking, if the student complete GED, can they attend directly bachelor's? Okay, as I was explaining just now, so student completing GED, okay, so first they cannot directly enter to bachelor's program unless with your GED result, okay, you have AP subject, 3 AP subject with a scoring of 444, then yes, you can come in directly to our bachelor's program. But if without without AP subject, then unfortunately you have to come in for our pre-university or foundation program first, then continue on to our bachelor's program. Okay, now hope I answered that. Now the next one will be how close the student can apply for bachelor's program. I mean, can students apply for bachelor's program even if the application deadline is passed? For example, I want to attend February intake, but the deadline is passed. Oh, okay. Now, for all international students, so basically you will be coming in using student visa. Now, just bear in mind, student visa will take approximately 6 to 8 weeks to apply, so approximately 2 months. So for next year, Sunway University next year's intake, we start in January. So the orientations mainly starting from mid to end of January, so depending on the program, okay? If, let's say, you want to come in for January intake, so the application deadline that usually it will closes in 15th of November. So let's say if you submit your application before 15th of November together with the initial payment, then yes, you still can make it for January intake. Now, if let's say you submit your applications after 15th of November, all right, then I will say that it's subject to Malaysian immigration's approval on student visa, because you need to take note, this is we are approaching year end, so we do have like Christmas and New Year holidays, so immigration will be closed as well. So you need to expect slight delay on approval of students' visa. So I will say that if let's say you already passed the deadline, you can still try to apply, but it's on a 50-50%, cases basis. If let's say you really can't make it for January intake, then we will transfer you to the next available intake, which is April. Okay, hope I answered that questions.
I'd just like to add up to a point about the deadline, because yes, it is true that even though if we did technically pass the deadline as was suggested by Florence, but we can still try to submit. But one thing that we cannot promise is in terms of, because some agents based on feedback, they want to chase us, they want to chase Sunway, but in the end, Sunway also has to chase EMGS, who's the person who is also processing the visa. So they will try to do our best. They will try to do their best if students still want to make it in time. But it's just that if you have any potential students that they know that they want to study Sunway for this January, I would try to submit hopefully within this week or next week. Best timing before December. Very best timing before December if possible. Like not just submit, but submit with the full documents. Passports must be, the passport is not just a face passport of all the pages with the passport size photo, and also all your documents with original and also translated, because I understand some documents they are in some of the original language. If we've translated, that will be a lot better. So every full documentation, then it does make Sunway admission team a lot easier for them to start processing it as soon as possible.
Yes, correct. Thank you, Timothy. Yes. So this is the whole process. So I will not take it as no, you can't apply. I will still take it as yes, but on a case-to-case basis and subject to Malaysia immigration approval. Okay. Now, the next one will be coming from May. So it's asking about how about the English requirement can take the university or any option. Okay, if I did not understand your question wrongly, so you're asking about the English requirement. So depending, if student coming with IGCSE, so if either they take English as a first language or English as a second language, they coming for pre-university, so long they're credit and above, they do not require any IELTS. Unless they do not have credit, then yes, you will need to provide IELTS, because certain programs like Australia Matriculations and Monash University Foundations, they look into your English quite importantly. So if you don't have credit, you need to support it with IELTS. Besides IELTS, we also accept TOEFL or PTE English test. Okay. Now, if let's say you're coming in with Myanmar matriculation, of course, you need IELTS, at least 5.5. Okay. Now, if let's say student coming in with GED, then you do not need IELTS. Okay. But it's depending on the program, because different program, they have different requirement. So the one that I'm explaining just now is a general one. Okay. So we still need to look at the applications, then we advise accordingly. Okay. Now, if let's say students come in with the result that can, allow them to direct entry to, bachelor's program, then the bachelor's IELTS requirement will be 6.0. You just need to take note, pre-university is IELTS 5.5, bachelor's, it will be IELTS 6.0. Okay, hope I answered that as well. So yeah.
And
So this.
one more side note that I think Florence also informed me quite a long time. They do not accept Duolingo, right? You don't accept Duolingo.
We do not accept
Yeah, you
Duolingo.
don't accept
Mm.
Duolingo. I'm sorry, because that is one of the. It is still a very. It is very getting a bit popular in some region, but unfortunately at the
Mm.
moment they do not accept Duolingo. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So hope I answer all the questions. So is there any more questions that you would all like to clarify?
Mm-hmm. Is there any more questions, everyone? I think this is also a good time considering that we are
Mm.
approaching the um if you have, but let's say example,
Mm.
just to let you guys know, just some additional info, because I do understand, let's say you have some students that
Mm.
you can send to Sunway, but also at the same time, let's say if you've already sent this student to Sunway College, example, and then they wanted to apply to, let's say, undergrad, or they wanted to apply for a transfer, the students can either inquire with the Sunway placement office, or they can actually still come back to you guys, and then we can still assist your students if you happen to still follow up with your students who you've already sent to Sunway. But
Mm.
in terms of the Australian visa application, I think from our end, let's say for example, especially for students who studied, let's say, MAFI or OSMED, and then they want to apply to Australian University, um, we can still also assist as well, especially for students that on the account that they're already based in Malaysia. However, when it comes to, because Australian visa application, they will still look at the student's passport nationality, whether it's from Thai, whether it's from China, whether it's from India, whether it's from Myanmar. They will still look at the passport nationality. So that is also one of the things to do, take note into that as well. But yeah, so any other questions that you feel that you wanted to ask or clarify? By the way, Florence, for the Sunway Bachelor, for the fee structure, when will it be ready for reference?
Sorry, I lost connection. Okay, hi. Yes, you were saying?
Yeah, sorry. For the Sunway Uni fee structure for 2026.
Okay, so at the moment we have confirmations on the finalized fee for pre-university program. As for the undergraduate program, at the moment, I will say that we're still finalizing. The actual date, hopefully by end of this month, we can get the full finalized fee. Once finalized, I will upload everything to the counseling kit.
Sure, no
Mm.
problem. But do
But
not
in
worry. Yeah, but not worry, everyone. Let's say if you guys have specific program, you can still come and ask us in the respective group chat. Then I will definitely send out the updated fees, and I'll also have a follow up with Florence of any cases as well.
And just to share with you that if let's say I do understand you have potential students, parent wanting to know the fee, you can just let them know that you can still use 2025 program fee as a reference. Okay. Now, just highlight to them, this is just only the program fee. We do not include the 6% SST yet, the tax. Okay. So
Okay.
the tax actually finance, let's say one students, they join, and then when they're about to pay the first semester fee, either finance, they will share the invoice, or you can just follow the program fees, where either semester one fee higher, or you need to pay an advance fee of 18,000, whichever is higher. So it's all listed in the fees.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. Is there any? Okay, that's another question. Do you accept MOI letter? You mean medium of instruction letter, is it? Okay, For that, I would say that for undergraduate or pre-university program, we do not look into the median or instruction letter at the moment. But you can try submit because I will need to appeal with faculty first. If let's say, I will still say that faculty will still require student to come with the IELTS English test and all. Okay, hope I answered that. Okay, is there any other questions?
Any other questions? Yep, I think we about cover up most of it, if not
Mm.
all. Yeah, if not all, most of it, if not all. But
Mm,
all right. Well, thank you so much, Florence, for another session once again. I think this is
no
also
worries.
it's also a good reminder that yeah, January and even February, January, February intake for next year is even not that far away now. So
Correct.
I think it's also a
Mm,
good reminder that like especially on the part where
mm,
for international application to Sunway, they have to
correct,
submit
correct.
hopefully within 6 to 8 weeks in advance. Just to
Mm,
set a reminder. But yeah, thank you so much again, everyone, for taking this time to join in again. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us via your respective group chats. All right, have a good week ahead, everyone. Thank you so much.
thank you so much. Thank you, Timothy. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.